we'll call it MallCon. MallCon. It's my only mall convention that I think I've ever been to. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The only time I go to the mall is to the outside stores to buy Christmas gifts, and then on GTFO, because that's a weird place, the mall. I remember the mall in the 90s. The mall in the 90s is very different than the mall today, Doctavius. Very different. JB, welcome on in. So, I gotta pick some cat hair off there. What's up, Puck? Are you here for the mall review? MallCon review? So we had the pleasure of going out to MIdland Mall Comic-Con, and I'm saying that because I'm looking at their little flyer right here. And just for today, where is my, oh, thanks. Fuck, we're gonna take this away so I can do an overlay later. You can jump up. You want uppies? You can get uppies too. Everybody likes to see your bum. Oh, you don't want to show them your bum? Okay. You shook the head no. All right, so it was Saturday, March 2nd. It started at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and went to 6, and then went Sunday, March 3rd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, I do feel like those times were more for when the actual events, because when you have a convention at a mall, even when all of your vendors and guests are setting up, there's still people walking the mall because the mall is already open. So as you're setting up, there's normal patrons going about their mall-like business. And so they stop and they ask you questions. Or like they're trying to look through the stuff as you're setting it up. And like you don't want to be a jerk. And so actually I had one older interaction with a lady who was obviously there for a fancy lunch date on Sunday, Dr. Evil. And she had no clue what was going on at the mall. It was precious. She told me I looked good. I was dressed up as an anime character. Precious. So that was something that I did not prepare for. Was I like to get to venues within 2 hours before it's supposed to open. Typically, an hour before doors open to the general public is when VIP enters. So I guess at a mall convention, VIP is regular patrons, and they can be there as soon as the mall opens. So I was like, okay, so this is just something to wrap my mind around. And it was something that I took note for Sunday, because we did have to tear down at the end of the day, Puck. Because again, it being the mall, that even though the convention's done, the mall's not done. It's a mall. So again, just some things that I did not take into consideration that were not, Kaylin didn't let me know that. Just got the last base Grendel part that I need. So glad that he's gotten a prime variant. Yes. We're going to be giving away that Goss prime today too. I missed going to Sbarro. Oh yeah, the pizza that you can like fold 16 times over, roll it into a little tube. I was hoping that there was going to be like an Aunt Annie's pretzel at the mall, because that's what I remember. Like there was a Summit Place Mall in Pontiac, and then the 12 Oaks Mall. I just remember there being a pretzel. The pretzels. Those soft pretzels. So what? Ooh, Wayne Weasel.
Wayne_Weasel just resubscribed for 24 months.
Wayne, thank you so much for that 24 months resubbing. Happy 2-year anniversary. Happy 2-year anniversary. Mall pretzels beat Comic-Con pretzels. For some reason, I don't know what it is. The mall pretzels, it's not, well, no, I wouldn't even say that mall pretzel stands are like more busy or less busy than a Comic-Con pretzel stand, because at some Comic-Cons, it's like a revolving pretzel door. But, you get like the hard pretzels, and I'm looking at you, C2E2, because I can eat like 5 pretzels, 5 of your solid frozen half-assed pretzels during the weekend. And I will eat them, and I will be happy about it, but they're just not an Aunt Annie's pretzel. You gotta mall pretzels and little mall pretzel bites. Yum. Anywho, okay. So we showed up Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Huge thank you to our friends too in MIdland who let us stay with them. We lucked out. I've got a sorority sister and a friend. Well, I guess Sanemius is more friends with the husband. Sarah's more my friend. I'm claiming Sarah Sanemius as my friend.
Hazy underscore wolf
my
cheered
my friend that
X21. Sorry
in
about the
college.
pretzels lot, but here's some
I'm
bits.
sorry about the pretzel. Hazy Wolf, you know what? I don't think you should hold the pretzel, what is it, business on your shoulders alone. Thank you so much for those biddies. All those pretzel jerks. I made pretzels for Oktoberfest last year. I gained appreciation for folks who are good at making them. Oh, so like you actually made them. Yeah, the pretzel stands at Comic-Con are literally just taking them out frozen and putting them on the hook, I believe. Maybe Sanimis is friendly with both of them when you're not around. Dun, dun, dun. No, so Sarah is one of my sorority sisters from college. When we had to do a haunted house one year, Sarah and I both looked at the house and were appalled by how fuddy-duddy it was. And we went on a late night rummage through campus to get the things that we would need to cover up the windows with black trash bags and coat the whole entire room in white paper, including the floor. I tried to hang chains from the ceiling, and this was the moment that I was like, oh, maybe this house is haunted. And you guys weren't just half-assing it, the last 3 years telling ghost stories, because it was a legit ghost encounter. It was a legit ghost encounter. And I know some of you guys are rolling your eyes right now, but if it hadn't have happened to me, I wouldn't have believed it either. And if all the girls didn't come down the second floor telling me the same goddamn horror story that they had for a dream last night or the night prior, I would have been like, oh, so this is real life. Huh. I just don't know. I don't know about any of this anymore. Abridgment, there was a fire in college many, many decades before the sorority house was even built in its stead, and a student had lost their life in the fire. And so it was a fraternity house, but in a sorority house, you can't have any boys in the house. So we named the ghost spirit Marge. Can't have boys in the house. It's such a thing. And Marge effed with me only once, but she got me good. She got me good. So we had there was a fireplace in the main living room, which is also called the chapter room. It's where we have all the meeting, like anywho. So in the chapter room is a fireplace, because that's where the big TV is. That's where you watch your ESPN, you eat your ramen, you gossip about the day. And we had put bloody feet prints going from the fireplace to the center of the room, and I was hanging plastic chains from the ceiling because, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to hammer into the ceiling wall at 4 a.m. while all of my sisters are asleep. And as I'm saying this back now, I'm realizing I was hammering into the ceiling at 4 a.m. while every other freaking sister was asleep. I am so sorry, but you know what? Y'all were fuddy-duddies, and no one was decorating shit. I had to take over. Had to make it creepy. Had to make it creepy. And so they were up there. We moved the ladder back into the hallway to go down into the basement where all the little tools, we'll call it, air quotes for tools, lady tools, were at. And the chains would fall. So we'd have to bring the ladder back up, and I'd get back up there and hang them back up. And then the chains would fall. And then the last time I was like, all right, I'm going to go overkill on this, and y'all are going to hate me in the morning when we have to, after the haunted house charity event, to take this down, because it's going to be up there. And so I get the chains, and I'm duct taping and hammering, and it is secure. And so the ladder is underneath the chains. There's a bunch of blood and feet prints, and we really goofed this one up. We got strobe lights too. We were not caring about epileptic shock. Let's just put that again. So I turn around and I sit backwards on the ladder, just reveling in my work around me and how freaked out the girls are going to be in the morning. And I'm like, yes, we might have a chance at 4th place. There's 5 sororities. We might have a chance at 4th place, ladies. And I'm sitting on the ladder, and I'm talking to my sorority sister, Sarah, and Trisha. Trisha was my roommate at the time. that I lived in the house. Her and I lived on the main floor because we had more of, I'd like to think because we had more of a nightlife, but we just had really bad art and dancer hours. So like I would be in my art studio to the wee hours of the day welding things, and she would be, dancing until the wee hours of the day. So like we just had really artistic schedules that put us home later than most. So Trisha looks at me and goes, "Ashley, get off the ladder." And I go, "I can't right now." And she goes, "You turned white like a piece of paper." And all I remember is it felt like somebody had a hold of my shoulders and was pulling me back and pushing me down against the seat. I could not get off that ladder for $1 million. And let me tell you, if you knew what private liberal arts student loans were like, I would have taken that $1 million if I could get off that ladder. And I remember Trisha walked up into the room, grabbed me she was a mother koala and I was her baby, and she just pulled me off the ladder. The ladder fell onto the couch. We left it there. We went into our room, all three of us. We closed the door and we said, "Slumber party, we're not leaving." And then the next day, one by one, the girls were waking up and coming downstairs and being like, seeking me out in my half, lazy, sleepy form and going, "I had a dream of you last night, dead, hanging in the chains in a chapter room." I go, "Well, funny you say that. Have you seen what the chapter room looks like?" It's just a room we had. And for the rest of the weekend, nobody was allowed in a room of the house by themselves. But like there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 girls that came downstairs, all with the same exact, "Hey, Ashley, we saw you like all bloody, dead, hanging in some chains from the ceiling in our chapter room." And I was just like, "Did you guys all practice this?" And like they obviously didn't, because the sleepiest one came down later and she said me the same thing. And I go, "Well, that sums it up." Pretty much. It's just so huge thank you to my creeptastic sister Sarah for letting me enjoy their presence this weekend. Huge hypes also to Ivo for that 40 stream streak and Athlop for that 70 stream streak. I appreciate you guys joining me for my streams, for my shenanigans, for my story hour. Story time with Dis. So yes, it was like 10-minute drive from their place to here, so we lucked out. Lucked out too, not having to worry about checking out of a hotel on Sunday and bringing all that crap with us. So here is the mall layout. My booth was right here next to the main stage. So I do like, this is the first time I've seen a convention do a trifold brochure for their day. It's kind of nice. The schedule, there were no panels, so I'm not sure how many conventions could, take on this same layout. But with the map, Saturday schedule on the inside, Sunday schedule on the outside. Again, there were no panels. The sponsors all made it onto the back. You got the hours and all the info of where to go, gaming tournaments, D&D sessions. It was just nice and easy that it was so compact all together. But yeah, they filled the entire mall. So a lot of times, when you go to a convention, you will notice that 1 or 2 of the booth spaces will be empty. Somebody will have had to have canceled at the last minute. Not the case from my understanding in visual comprehension of the layout of this mall. I'm going to say 2 things. There were more stores in attendance for vendors than there were obviously stores open, but there was a lot of store spaces that I think could have been used for vendors as well. And I don't know like if that would have been more money. Like when you're walking the mall, there was some there was just some establishments that were not there. And I know also too on Sunday they shut down early too. So that was just something. And with the vendors, they filled it. They filled it. So you walked one whole section and you got vendors, and you walked down and they got vendors. Now they did a nice job too of getting multiples of some of the vendors. So like if it was too crowded and there was 3D printing structures down one end, like there was another 3D printing structure guy down the other end. They had a whole entire aisle and row full of like characters, or we would call them exhibitors, people who bring a bunch of stuff with them for the convention goers to either interact with, to get photos with, to just view and be awed by. There was a whole section for that as well. This year's theme was Ghostbusters, and it was very apparent. If you had no idea that this theme was Ghostbusters, then you definitely remember that they had a Ghostbusters training academy for the young convention goers to traipse through. Now, when I say that too, this convention was free. So with it being in the mall, malls have multiple entrances. So how would one collect a registration fee? They did have badges, and I just had Cinemius wear this so that they knew that he belonged. He was allowed to go behind the booth space. But nobody needed badges or anything like that. There were, again, like we say, there was just a main stage with bench seats. There was no panels, which I do think one or two panels would have just taken some of the people out of the aisles and given them something to do too, because there were kids just like doing dance parties and being in the way, and some patrons on their like scooters and their mobile aids, where you could see them like they were saying mental things beneath their breath with the rolling of the eyes. But again, that is one of the, I guess, cons of having a convention in the mall. That's just an obstacle, dare you say, that you have to kind of accept, because you're not going to be able to work around that. What do we have? Horox, thank you so much for 15 stream streak. You have an awesome looking frame, and I'm so jealous of your 70 streak. Now I'm going to share my 15 streak. Yeah, share the 15 streak. We get the hypes up for sure. Hypes up for sure. I got screwed over international wall. Oh. Dang the Dominican Republic. A vacation took you from stream. Oh, darn. When real life throws a wonderful, wonderful vacation at you. They had so for this convention, they had a cosplay contest every day. So there was a cosplay contest on Saturday, there was a cosplay contest on Sunday. They had it broken down, and I knew that I was going to forget this, so I kept the one that they gave me. I didn't take it off the judges table. You gave it to me at the booth, and that's probably the only reason it made it home with me. So they have little judge scoring cards as well, but they different categories: 10 and under, 11 through 15, 16 and up, which was the adult category, fursuits, and group. There was a wonderful fursuit persona. Ay. So many beautifully colored and crafted furries, personas. It was wonderful to watch, not just the fursuitists, but also the young kids, because the kids, they kind of like do a run across, and you're like, hold on, what did I just see? Was that the Flash? No, I believe it was Belle from Beauty and the Beast. So there was a lot of cosplayers. They had 100 cosplayers in total take the stage both Saturday and Sunday. One thing I will note is it seemed like there was a lot of MIdland Mall Comic-Con staffers that also took place in the cosplay contest. And I wish we would have known that, because I don't know if staff should win. You know what I mean? So like we had, as the judging, we were running into the issue, are they staff, and then some people were like, oh, but they won last year too, I'm just like, well, hold on, are they staff? Like, I just don't, and there was at one point too where we didn't know, and they were like, the MC made a comment about, this is my dad's staff and friends, and I was just like, ooh, so I don't know if there's two reasons that this might have been happening. To add more numbers to the cosplay contest, have your staff partake in it. Yeah, completely wonderful way to, inflate the numbers and really create a show completely. There's no hate on that one. Or, two, there was just, it just, I don't know. Cause like, shouldn't the staff be doing staff things instead of standing in line and waiting for, I don't know what staff, but typically in a more traditional formatted convention, staff are usually busy doing staff things, not enjoying the convention, be it panels or a stage. And again, it was still a wonderful show. That's just my extra 2 cents. Hey, Minion, how's it going? Because they did end up having to cap them. So my thought is, if the staffers who work the show did not participate, would there have been more room for other convention goers and patrons who are there to participate in the event? Could those spots have gone to other people? That's where my thought goes on that one. Because, as staff, you're trying to put on an event for others, not so much be a part of the event in the spotlight, so to speak. It was a mall convention, so it had a bunch of wonderful firsts. It was so welcoming, though, to everyone. And again, that's part of the mall and that free entry. I had the pleasure of chatting with a bunch of individuals who I'm so sorry we didn't get to chat the weekend prior at Great Lakes Comic-Con. I was only at the Macomb Community Center for one day, and I was very busy. We only had one event that we were contracted to do, but we were very busy, wonderfully busy with everyone who was stopping by the booth. So like, it was really nice that it was a little bit more low-key, I guess, low-key. And I could really converse and indulge in conversations with people who I was not able to converse with the weekend prior. It was just kind of in passing. They're like, "Oh, we stopped by. We weren't able to cockalock. You had a lot." I was like, "Let's talk now then. What's going on? How's?" So it was really nice that it was in that type of setting. Now, speaking of the setting too, my feet, the mall, Dantrick. I forgot that the mall floor is unforgiving no matter how comfy you think your cosplay shoes are. That mall tile, Minion, will give you the 1-2 ball of your feet and heel punch. Owsies, yowzas. And it's not until like you switch surfaces on your feet. Usually it's going into the parking lot where you're like doing the high heel, "Oh, I've been dancing too much on my feet" walk back. I was like, "Oh, my feet." Which then, Cinemius and I were brainstorming. Maybe I just bring a rolled up piece of carpet or like a kitchen rug. Something, not as large of the rugs that you see when you go to concerts that artists and drum kits are sitting on, but like a small version of that, like a little mini. I mean, I'm not a tall person. I don't need a large rug, but just maybe like a 3x3 or something to step on that would not be. So yeah, we're learning things. We're learning things as we go as well. Our booth setup was solid. Ready for travel. Bring on airfare. We're ready. UK, I'm ready to come and hang out with you guys, all right? My whole entire booth can fit into a suitcase. We got it. Stand and all, it breaks down, it's lightweight. I was very, very pleased with the overall aesthetic of the booth that I finally it comes together, Sometimes you wonder what Stitch is thinking. I wonder if I meow now I can get a treat, or if I meow later. So back to convention chatter for a little bit more. I'm just going to commandeer your time for a little bit more. I got, when we arrived on Saturday, we were by cosplay check-in. We had our wonderful friends AMH Cosplays and her significant other, who is Forest Edge Photography. We have worked with Forest Edge Photography in the past. They, like the wonderful two overly chatty Cathys in a high school band class, had us next to each other. We would have scored real low on our, hey, are you being productive? Are you guys talking? It was wonderful to catch up. And then look at And AMH Cosplays shows up with this. It's a candy bracelet that says Disfusional on it. It's only the second candy bracelet I've ever gotten, and it's the first candy bracelet anybody's ever made for me. The first candy bracelet I got was, they made it, and they made it too small for the person they really wanted to give it to, and then they looked over at me and said, oh, you've got the wrist size of a middle schooler, and I was like, guilty. They go, does this fit you? And I was like, with some slack. They go, it's yours. So like, it was just kind of like a pseudo candy bracelet. It wasn't like a for you candy bracelet. So now I'm feeling like a cool kid. And it matched with the blue and the silver, my cosplay for Sunday. So I've got my little AMH cosplays. Disfusional bracelet, thank you so much. But no, we had a wonderful time just chit-chatting and catching up. You guys will be seeing AMH cosplays again for Astronomicon. She is going to be a guest alongside me at the beginning of April. I think it's April 12th through 14th. 12th through 14th, if I'm getting my my weekends correct. Right, did I not? And Jenna, I'm sorry. Your message went to message requests. Like I had to approve of your message to make it through, and I just got it now. When we ended stream, I shut down the system and went into, all right, get your stuff together because we're gonna roll out, if you will. Chaos Pixie, good morning, good morning. So yes, Saturday we donned, and it's not there anymore. It's a little red, but that is where my Chucky tattoo was. We finally put the last pieces of the puzzle together for our Tiffany Valentine cosplay. And yes, I did get the white dress dirty as we were loading out and I leaned up against the truck. Gosh, darn it! So I've got to do hand washing after spray paint today. The spray paint will dry. I'm going to hand wash the white. But yes, it's we have the crinoline pettiskirt underneath that gave her more of a bridal whoop, if you will. The tiff necklace, the choker, the boob tats for her. I'm bloodied up more so, a knife so she can stabby, slicey, slicey. And I really enjoyed being Tiffany Valentine. I also feel like I appropriately fit her height-wise. Like, nobody's like, oh my goodness, we expected Tiffany Valentine to be taller. I have not received that once yet when we've donned her for cosplay. No one's like, you know what? You're like, I don't know, I just expected Tiffany Valentine, the doll, to be taller. And I'm like, yes! Own it and own it. Giannis, Dis, what are you going to be at TennoCon? Oh, I'm going to put a pin in that because it's right over there on the table. And we're waiting. I am not going to talk to you guys about TennoCon plans until Monday of next week. Monday of next week. Because I want to come at you guys with a couple of different plans. Right, Puck? We want to come up, and right now I've only got one plan drawn out there. I got to come up with you guys with two plans. That way you can pick. So Monday the 11th. We are going to talk more about that, Giannis. Monday the 11th, we will be, I know. I've got a couple of things I've got to figure out. I'm not even, hold on. So you know, I'm going to show you just part of it. One of the plans is the Pale Grenier Worm Queen. So yes, for those of you that have been like, are we gonna get it? That is one of them. That is one of the ideas. You can either throw down on or not. So yes, we'll talk more about TennoCon cosplay on Monday the 11th. I mean, I didn't want Goss Prime giveaway to be outshadowed by TennoCon chatter, you know? But we will be going to TennoCon. We will be going. We've got it blocked off in the schedule. It's only a quick 3-hour drive away. So we will be there. And you'll hear me because it'll be one day in cosplay and the other day my stomach will be loud and growling for food. Cannot be contained. Yeah, so I did enjoy very much so being Tiffany Valentine. I lucked out because I thought to myself, let's try to pack less shoes today. Let's work smarter, not harder for our guest appearances, especially to trying to... Thomas? What's up, Puck? Puck's like, did you know the windows are open, Thomas? The windows are open. Welcome in, Thomas. Hope you're having a good day. So yeah, the same shoes that I wore for Tiffany, I also got to wear for our Nobara Kugisaki. And it seemed only fitting to wear Nobara Kugisaki when Saturday night Jujutsu Kaisen took home Anime of the Year award. So yeah, I had to don. I was on the line because I also brought the Kuro Kigu with me. But I was like, we gotta do Nobara now. Gotta do Nobara. And it's always fun to joke with the kids and they go, who are you? And I go, you just don't understand. It's because I'm not dead with my blown out eyeball on a subway floor right now. Or you would know exactly who I am. So yeah, no, I always get wonderful banter with convention goers when we dress up as Nobara. And I did bring the squeaky hammer with me because there was so many humans. I didn't want to accidentally crush my voodoo doll in as we were traveling. But I did bring the squeaky hammer because there were so many humans and I didn't want to have to kill anybody. You know, curse technique can be a hazard sometimes to the human lifespan. Right, Puck? Humans. Apparently they don't do well when you hit them with hammers, but with a squeaky hammer, all's well. All's well, too, for Dantrick, who randomly won 200 gold there. I came out on top, so then it goes randomly to a raider. All right, dropping into that boss battle we are for stream raiders here as I finish up our conversation and update regarding Midland Mall Comic Con. I did take video footage of a bunch of the events, and I'm going to try to get that out later this week, maybe next week. We did Great Lakes Comic Con. I've got until our next cosplay guest appearance before I have to dish it out, but the sooner I can push out our MallCon video onto YouTube, the more time I can spend onto TennoCon 2023. And again, still hoping, Minion, to get it out. I just got to get TennoCon 2023 out before TennoCon 2024. That's it. So, that's something right. Oh, I bet you squealed. But yeah, so, I squealed at Megan Thee Stallion's outfit. Hello, JoJo that outfit was on fire. You knew exactly that she was from JoJo's Bizarre. Like, it was on fire, Rumhold. Megan's outfit was on fire. All right. But yeah, trying to think of what other fun. So we did have to tear down the booth Saturday night. The cosplay group Catalyst Cosplay, which is a group, from my understanding, forgive me if I am putting my foot in my mouth right now, they are a group of cosplayers from the Midland area, I think, Midland area, who cosplay together. So that there was a Has-Been Hotel fandom meetup, and their whole entire group cosplayed as Has-Been Hotel to like hype the meetup and to get photos with the younger cosplayers. Ooh, Outlaw, thank you so much for that 7 stream streak. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hell yeah, I like 200 gold. So yeah, it was really nice just to see how welcoming, how inclusive this convention was for the younger cosplay groups. It did bring in a more younger age demographic for cosplayers. If I had to give my opinion, and I will without you guys even asking, I would say it was definitely on the same, maybe even a couple years, 1 or 2 years younger of an age bracket than JFAX is. And it might be because JFAX, is that college convention. There are a lot of college kids in attendance at the mall convention this past weekend, but there were a lot of high schoolers in attendance. A lot of kids who came by and this was their first time at a convention, and a lot of dads and moms, a lot of dads. Dads, you're great and embarrassing all in your own wonder. Cause like these poor, and a lot of them were female presenting cosplayers who would get toted up. We're gonna say toted up to my booth because it was always the dad, with their shopping tote, and they had, picked up some swag that they didn't even know they were gonna stumble upon at this free convention. And they would have their very a lot of them were more quiet and reserved cosplay enthusiast offspring, crotch goblin off to the side of them. Gnome Chaotic, welcome, welcome. And 3 times in one day, I 3 times on Sunday alone, I had fathers bring their cosplay and be like, she does cosplay, she does tutorials, ask her, hang out here, learn something, ask her. And I'm just like, and I'm like, hello. It's like, you guys are more, and I'm like, you guys are more than welcome to flip through my books. This one is makeup and gore. This one's Comic-Con. This one's anime and video games. Like, just to try to break the ice, you know, so that they can flip through it and like collect themselves, and like they're looking down too, so they don't have to make eye contact with me. And then as they are like, I will be like, if I can recognize the cosplay that they are wearing, I will, so you like such and such, you know, or like, have you seen the latest episode? Or if they are still silent, which one of them, one father with 2 daughters was. And I was like, so what are you looking to get into? You know, and then there was one of, I'm gonna guess that the father only had 1 daughter, and the other girl that was present was a friend. Because the friend just kept whispering, and then like it would get relayed to me. So I was like, oh my gosh, we're going back into middle school teaching days. I'm ready for this. Let's go. And like they were sitting there, you know, asking me questions, and my biggest thing was like, all right, you've got a closet, right? You got a closet full of clothes that you probably don't fit into anymore, shouldn't fit into anymore, or if you were in an anime and you were walking outside your house and a large white truck were to isekai you that you wouldn't want to wear through a whole entire season of TV shows. And they're like, yes. I was like, so that is where you start. Because the friend goes, you know, how do you get money to make cosplays? And I was like, well, I'm an adult. So it was like, you know, go through your closet. What, you know, can you no longer fit into? That if you cut up or, you know, glued together or dyed if it was white to look like something else. And so like it was just some wonderful wholesome, but I gotta hand it to you, dads. You just throw them into the deep end and hope they can. My kids wouldn't take pictures with the half-naked girl. I was so very disappointed. No, I was Nobuo Kugisaki. It wasn't half-naked. Silly. I was dressed up like a high school jujitsu sorcerer, ready to throw nails with a hammer into people.
Disfus angry, disfus hype, disfus angry, disfus hype, disfus angry, disfus hype, disfus angry, disfus dead.
Joe Bly, thank you so much for your tier 3 subby for 31 months. I appreciate it. No, I make sure that I cosplay appropriate to my convention and the convention goers. I don't like to, I don't want to be walking around a child-infested convention and just have my derriere out to the world. However, if it's swimsuit convention time, go. If it's Kalahari, sun's out, buns out, folks, and that's your fault. But no, we donned. One of the reasons too, I wanted to make sure that I had the petticoat for Tiffany Valentine was to make sure that everything would be, there was no way that there was going to be a like, oh, did we just see her panties type moment. It was like, oh, nope, it's just a bunch of tool. I got Revenant Prime, Dagoth, and Chrome Prime cooking. Ooh, your foundry is working overtime, Gnome Chaotic. And we were also too, in the emails that Caitlin sent over to me, I was requested to wear child-friendly cosplays. So I did what I was told to do. I picked some cosplays. They wore the same shoes. It was good. When I went to Fan Expo in Toronto, there was a girl there that was, risque, spicy wear. I didn't see her. I was not expecting that myself. You're like, oh. It was like fluorescent lights out, buns out. I like it. It doesn't matter where the sun is coming from. Yeah, so for a lot of the big conventions like Fan Expo or even C2E2, they will hire your models, because the same thing happens too when you go to like NASCAR and you get like the celebrity model cosplayers that are doing different side projects with different companies as well, but they are very spicy in their attire. But that is their brand and their content as well. You get it, ladies. You get it. Oyama Sensei, good morning. Good morning. Spiral Seahorse, Swimsuit Expo. So there is something called Colossal Con. There's a Colossal Con that happens in Ohio. There's a Colossal Con that happens in Pennsylvania, I think. There's a Colossal Con that happens in Texas as well. And it happens at the Kalahari, which is a water park. And so the main Colossal Con, which happens at the Kalahari in Cincinnati, Ohio, just around the corner from Cedar Point, gets lit. It's a party in bikinis. And a lot of the bikinis are pasties and thongs. You know what? You just should know what you're getting yourselves into, parents. They literally have a 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Water park for 21 and up. Oh man, yeah. It's 21 and up because they don't even want to have to worry about the booze. There's just so much booze, lifeguarding, and whatnot happening. Just butts and boobs everywhere. If you guys are wondering, Kalahari, Colossal Con. Rooms have already sold out. As a Pisces, I must go where this said water park is. We are hoping to attend Colossal Con in Ohio on Saturday. And I think it's happening in June this year. I know this is a side abridgment of what you guys want for funsies. So let me see here. Dun, 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 dun. Colossal Con, Motor City. Yeah, June 1st. No, yes, June 1st. The first day of summer. No. Oh, it's the first day of LGBTQ plus Pride Month. Even better. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be wild. Oh my gosh. Hold up, are you? Oh my god. Synemius, we have to. It's gonna be the Saturday of Colossal Con, Ohio, but also the first day of Pride Month. I don't know what I'm gonna wear, except for probably too much. Probably too much. Oh man. Oh man. All right. It is in the Kalahari in Ohio. Yeah, right by Cedar Point. Anywho, you guys can Google and look that one up. But back to the mall convention. We got a whole lot to do today. We got a whole lot of Warframe to do. I got to pick a winner not just for the Forma bundle, but for our sponsored convention platinum. So I did pick up a couple of business cards and get a wonderful gift from some absolutely treasured cosplayers. So let's wrap up my MallCon extravaganza. And you guys will just have to wait until the YouTube video comes out to see all the tea. I just realized you cosplayed Lotus Amaga. I did. The helmet's actually just over there. We wore it for Valentine's Day. So I understand why Synemius picked up this custom laser engraving. I'm going to keep their information on this end because I literally have their phone number plastered onto this. And it looks like it's local to the convention area. So I'm just gonna lean that on the back end here. But it's got the I want an official Red Rider Carpine action. I can't read the rest of that. Shot ranged model air rifle. But they do laser etching, and this is metal. And so I imagine the reason you picked this up, Synemius, is because you want me to get in contact with them in regards to getting our own I want keychains. And yeah. But I also too, I think want to Hi, Stitches. I want to make these my business cards. And I just want to put my logo on them. But yeah, so this. I'm going to put the clip with this one and we will get a hold of that. I was talking to one of the other vendors. We're talking about horror movies when I was dressed up as Tiffany Valentine. And they were saying that they like more of a psychological thriller. And I was like, well, what is one of your psychological thriller recommendations? And so what they did was the Wendigo projects or pictures. They've got a movie up on Amazon that they highly recommend. So I've got their business card. It's got the QR code on the back. I'm going to figure out what that movie is, and then I will post it up in our media section in the Discord after I watch it if I think it's any good and that you guys would like it. We also picked up some business cards from the Art of Loki Gregory. This is one of the artists that was selling prints there. We want to check out their work. So I grabbed this. There was a lot of people. So I could not, and I felt bad stopping and like monopolizing some of the space in the vendors area. It was packed on Sunday. Packed. When just from the time that we unloaded and Sinemias went back because they forgot their headphones at Ryden's house, went back to go and get the headphones and come back. He said he had to park. Like, he goes, don't worry, I'm gonna come and get the vehicle and bring it up to you. It's a long walk. And I was just like, holy cannoli. So yeah, I felt bad at being, one of the guests there taking up space for the patrons. So I was like, I'll grab business cards and I'm sure I will be able to stock them online. Right? That's what you're supposed to do. Just get the artist's business cards and creep on them online. One of the guests that was there was Banter and Babble. They have a Twitch channel, a YouTube channel, a Spotify, and some other socials. They were going live from the event on their YouTube channel. Now, what I did was this is the people that I reached out to you guys in the Discord and was like, hey, if we did an interview 4:30 on Sunday, would you guys be around? And you guys did not pop off on that. I also then spoke with the other cosplay guest because on Saturday they had asked if I was interested in taking an interview with them. And I was like, well, hold up. Have you asked the other guests? So I went and asked the other cosplay guest, AMH Cosplays, if they had been approached for it. They said they had not. In my opinion, we've got the online presence. I can talk to you guys every week. And so I wanted to make sure that opportunity was not just hurled at my way, but was also, given to the other two cosplay guests. And so the other two cosplay guests took the cosplay interviews. So thank you so much to the other cosplay guests for taking those interviews. I hope you had a wonderful time. I can't wait to creep on you later today while I'm hand washing and rewatching the YouTube videos. Don't do it. He just gave me, I'm going to rear back and jump onto the desk. One of the individuals that I spoke with that booked us for Midland Mall Comic-Con reached out to us at Really Cool Comic-Con, and I'd let them know, hey, hit up Caitlin, she tells me what to do, when to do it. Fett's Toy Depot, Paul King is the gentleman that organizer, one of the organizers, if not the main organizer, for Midland Mall Comic-Con. He's the host. At least that was the title of the award that he gave out to the cosplayers. So I'm going to stick with that. The host of Midland Mall Comic-Con. I like it. We're just going to go with the title you gave yourself on the awards. I can't be wrong then. They had a whole entire storefront, which is why I think that there are more storefronts that could have been monopolized, is because they had an empty store space as well that they were selling goods from their shop at, because I believe they've got a store that sells treasures from Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Funko, and more. So it says their card. But yes, they reached out to us at Really Cool Comic-Con regarding the show. And then huge shout out too to Mark. Mark is the gentleman who organized Really Cool Comic-Con's cosplay contest. He was the gentleman that I dealt with directly while on site. Mark, you are a gem. If there is any type of leadership cosplay department that you need help, let me know, sir. You are an absolute joy to work for, work with, work alongside. I've got nothing but wonderful words for you, both how you interact with us as guests, but also how you interact with the patrons of not just the cosplay contests and events that you are hosting, but just in regular passing. You are, this is something you want to keep doing I'm gonna reach out to you. I think I'm gonna reach out to Mark. I want to see how involved he wants to be in cosplays around conventions, because he's got the stuff. He's got the work ethic and the communication skills, interaction skills. That yeah, good job. Now's the good part. Here's the fun part. The bounty, my booty, my Midland Mall Comic-Con treasures, the booty that I... Why are you on? I'm just holding him on my... Why are you... Go that way. I hate you. I hate you so much. Why would you do... Why? Cat. Go down. You can stay there, but like you don't do anything nice. You're so mean. You want to sit in my lap? Come on, give me the little kitty booty. Your treats are on the floor now. Gosh, she just wants to crawl across the tablets. So Fudge is like, it's because they're hungry. Fudge, you weren't here when we gave them a bunch of treats before we started this wonderful Wordtopia. Oh, you're so cute. Okay, I'm gonna put you down here. Well, a moment from our stories. Yeah, you even knocked over the super glue bottle. You're gonna put crackle everywhere. Boop. Stitch. Alright, I'm gonna put one in the hammock. Get it, Puck. Don't get it, Stitches. Don't get it, Stitches. Don't get it, Stitches. Yeah, put one over there. Where'd it go? Is it underneath my toes? Now what? Puck, did you want one? Stitch got it. There you go. Whoa! He's just eating them out of your mouth, Puck? You should not let your brother eat treats out of your mouth. That's mean, Stitch. It's like ABC gum. Already been
How
chewed.
rude.
If it's half in his mouth, it's his. You don't just... Stitch would not be able to Lady and the Tramp anybody. He's just like, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to remove the noodle from your mouth? He who eats the fastest gets the mostest is what I'm enduring over here with these cats. He who eats the fastest gets the mostest. Oh my goodness. But okay, where were we? Oh yes, our Midland Mall Comic-Con booty. The treasures in which we've taken home with us. Was a bunch of business cards for me to follow up with. However, it was the last day. It was Sunday. I was sitting there and I was like, all right, we've got a half an hour left. I wonder if we're going to have any more friends float by, because we did have some Tenno put the pants on and come and see us. But we had two wonderful cosplayers come up to our booth at the very end of the day on Sunday. And I did get the Instagram handle. Akeri_14, AKERE_14 came up to my booth with their cosplay compadre, their ride or die cosplay friendo, and they go, "We've got a question for you." And I was like, "Okay, what's your question? Do you have your ears pierced?" So from behind my shit-eating grin, which they could not see because I had a mask on, I pulled back my Nobara Kugisaki wig and showed them my ears. I go, "Yes, I do." And Akiri goes, "We've got something for you." And I was like, "What?" They were at Wicked Emporium, who was an artist and vendor at MMCC this past weekend at the MallCon. And they had a sticker dilemma happen, but Wicked Emporium was just all of that and some bees knees, the bag of chips, the beignets of the day to make the smiles, the frowns turn upside down. Yeah, guessing from what I understood, they'd lost a sticker book and it had like 100 like bunches of stickers that they had purchased, and the Wicked Emporium was like, oh, well, here's a bunch of stickers and some extra things, you know. There was tears, it was sad. And then they also then gave them a bag of goodies to give away to people that they saw in passing. Wicked Emporium, are you a bunch of teachers over there? Because that is a wholesome act of kindness. And they gave me these little orange jelly gummy bear earrings. How cute are those? Now, my ears are gauged out. So these 22s, I don't know if they will fit, but like, how cute are those little, I couldn't. So Akiri_14 and your cosplay friend who, like Voldemort, shall not be named, not because they're evil. Maybe they are evil. Evil genius. But I did not get their Instagram handle. I do not think that they have one. Huge thank you, ladies, for bringing me some cosplayers. I hope that you guys take the stage next year and have fun. But thank you for the little gummy bear earrings. Would eat them if I saw them in front of me. They're hard. They're crunchy. Crunchier, I imagine, than crunchier than Forma. So yeah, huge thank you again to Midland Mall Comic-Con, to Mark, to Paul for having Disfusional Studios out and be a part of their 2023 or 2024. Thank you for having Disfusional Studios out to be a part of your 2024 show. We had a good time. We had a good time not just with your convention goers, but also with the other guests. There were two other I believe there are two other cosplay guests in tow. I will put all of their information in our YouTube video too, so that you know where to click on their handles, and I don't say it incorrectly, or, yeah. It was so cool. So cool, so cool, so cool. A lot of art, a lot of extravaganza, a lot of fun. With that being said too, you guys have a giveaway going on right now for some Forma. It's been running for a little bit, so we're going to actually pick 2 winners for this one. But first off, there is something that I need to run. This weekend at Midland Mall Comic-Con, we had the pleasure of... Oh, where'd it go? Come on. I clicked on it. Where's the wheel? There it is. We had the pleasure of hosting a sponsored 300 Platinum giveaway from our friends at Digital Extremes and Warframe. So Tenno, who stopped by my booth, could enter to win 300 Platinum courtesy of Digital Extremes and Warframe. I've got all of their information already. I've asked them the same things that I ask you guys in regards to your usernames, your cross-save, your email. Actually, I asked more from them. I got to get a little bit more nosy in case I get something wrong or fat finger type something in. So what I've done is I've got all of the wonderful Tenno who stopped by our booth, who indulged me in some wonderful Warframe conversation, to the Tenno who goes, we saw you at TennoCon. You made my day. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. So again, we did have friends stop by. We had some friends that hopefully maybe we can play Warframe with them in the future, maybe? We'll see. So again, huge thank you guys for stopping by my booth this past weekend, Saturday and Sunday at Midland Mall Comic-Con. And again, huge thank you to our sponsors, Digital Extremes and Warframe. We've got 300 Platinum that we are going to randomly click on this wheel and select a winner from this weekend for. And then we will dive into some gameplay and pick 2 winners for this Forma bundle giveaway. So again, if you are live in chat with me right now, !ticket to get into a Forma bundle giveaway. Unfortunately, these wonderful beans cannot be added to, as they've already... Let's spin the wheel. Spinning the wheel on Midland Mall Comic-Con's Digital Extremes Warframe sponsored 300 Platinum giveaway. Winner is... Click to spin. Click to spin. Yay! Axavalanon. Okay, hold on. Exavlanon. Oh my goodness. I'm going to copy this and we're going to see what TTS says. Copy. Yes. GG's in chat too. And then TTS, tell me the correct way to say this username. There we go.
Disfusional says GG to Zavlanen for winning Disfusional's 300 sponsored plat giveaway.
Zavalanon. I'm going to go with that one. Congratulations, Zavalanon, on winning our MIdland Mall Comic-Con 300 sponsored platinum giveaway. I will be sending you an email and also forwarding your information along to our Digital Extremes representative, and you will be seeing 300 platinum in your inbox this week, sooner than later. So, yay! And we will close this, and I am going to cut that out of there. Huzzah! That is good. Now, let's get my Warframe back up, and we will edit stream. We're going to switch this on over to... Nope, we're good there. Good there. Switching it over, done there. It's just another Maggot Monday. Not quite the right pronunciation, but good try. Well, you know what? I was going with TTS, Sin. I was going with TTS. I let TTS take the hold of it. Okay, how do you say it then? Does the X sound like a Z? Zanvlanen? Now I want to know. Now I want to know. Again, the teacher comes out hard. So if you let me just keep effing it up, it's going to solidify like that. X is typically for is that. Okay, so like TTS was wrong. I was closer winging it up. Okay, Zavlanan. Zavlanan. I like it. Zavlanan. Okay. Did I get it? Zavlanan. Stupid English. You never really know. Sail, sail, and sail. Where? All right, that was our next Stream Raiders battle. So let's start this one. Boss battle in tow. Silly English. Silly English. I tried. And again, congratulations to our Comic-Con winner. Huge thank you to all the other channels that stopped by the booth and humored me with my extra words. I just get really excited.